After a hard battle, Marth's Altian army, for it had grown to be called such, set foot at last in the kingdom of Aurelis. However, joining his might to that of the Aurelians would have to wait, as Marth descended into the vast green lane separating his troops from theirs. He heard the terrible sound, the galloping of enemy desterers. Far away at first, then closer, then far too close. Aurelis, at last. The enemy will have sent their forces to meet us. Grost, Dor, Gra. We're up against the standing armies, and we must brace ourselves for it. Sir, I believe it prudent that we start to make preparations for our troops before each battle. We should select the warriors best suited for the situation, and outfit them with the right weapons and items accordingly. Alright, that sounds like an advice. I believe I'll take it. Hey guys, what's up? This is kaozbender here and for yet another video, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon. In the previous episode we had a really good fight, and now we are in Aurelis, and as you see, we are starting things up a little bit different. I am going to be showing this to you in depth, and I am going to be, well, I'm just going to explain you what I'm going to do right now. We are here in battle preparations, and as you see, we have a menu of things. First, we can pick up units. Right now, I'm just going to turn all of them off because of one thing that I'm going to show you right now. Now we can also view the map. This is wow. Oh, and by the way, this is the no. This is not the unit that I'm talking about. This map right here. Really easy. We have two sets of enemy units. First of all, I'm going to be going to the well, over here, and then we are going to push on to the west. As you can see, there is one village over here. There's also I think there's only one village. So being there only one village, you really want to take care of this thief really quick over here, and you really want a unit that moves really fast to catch up to him first, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. We also have another one over here, so that's something you want to watch out for, because I believe this village gives you 5,000 gold pieces, so that's going to be nice. Anyway, that's it about the map. Inventory, we can check all of the inventory about the of each character. We can store over here. I'm going to store the vulnerary and the mend, and I'm just going to be doing some preparation right here. Frey does not need the bow, and yes. So now, while I'm doing this, I just want to tell you that this is one thing that I'm going to do before I start recording every episode. When we enter into battle, you would have seen that I am already going to be in the map, and I'm going to be skipping this entire thing before each episode, because this will take good 2, 3, 4 minutes for all of the preparations. And by the way, this dude, I'm going to see, well, first I'm going to be selecting my units, and so as you can see, I like to take all of my cavaliers as well as Jagen the paladin, and I'm also going to be taking Draw, Seda, Ogma. Let me see, I have 6 more to go. I'm going to pick Navarre, Lena, Darius, I don't really like. Accord. Okay, so Barst. Don't have anything more to go. I'm gonna pick these two guys because they are sort of the strongest one that we have. Darius. Yeah, I'm gonna go for him. As you see right here, I'm not gonna pick Riss, and the reason why is because I don't want him anymore now that we have Elena, and I'm going to be giving his heal, although we can actually get more later on. We're going to be giving his heal to Lena, and we are going to take her into the battlefield. So she's going to be, our curator. Or, well, she can also use Mend. This restores a lot more HP, but I'm just going to take both of them. Alright, so that's it about the inventory. Reclass, I'm going to be showing this to you, but I'm not going to use it right now until much later in the game. We can take any unit that we want, and we can reclass them. Right here, as you can see, we have Knight, Mercenary, Fighter, Hunter, Pirate, Dark Mage, and that's pretty much it for this type of class. Why this type of class is, if you pick Seda, for example, we have different types of units. We have an Archer, Myrmidon, Mage, Cleric, and, the Pegasus Knight itself. Let me see, what is another different? I don't think, yeah, this is going to be the same. Lena, Riss, I think this, yeah, we can also change him, to a Cavalier, but that's pretty much it. And an Archer, well, the same. However, if we check out Jagen, as I told you in one of the previous episodes, he is a he is actually an upgraded unit, and if we try to reclass him, we will see highly different things. We're going to be seeing a sniper, swordsmaster, sage, bishop, and a Draco Knight. This is really good. However, I'm going to stay with the regular Jagen for, well, because I just really like him, you know, like this. Anyway, other than that, the armory is going to be... well, over here for Marth, I'm not going to, you know, buy any of these. Well, for anyone for that matter, because these weapons are actually pretty weak. However, we can do something really cool that is called the Forge. If we, yeah, I'm going to be taking Marth here, for example. Steel Sword. I am going to... you know, the steel sword, this is going to be forged, and you know, this is another word for fucking like an upgrade. For example, right here we can increase the might and, you know, the hit, so you know, it has like 100% hit percentage. However, you will see that the price is going to go upwards a lot, and I'm just going to increase the might by 2. This is going to be really helpful for a cost of 70 of, you know, that price. No, not confirm. It's actually going to be worth it. This is one thing that I'm going to do. If you are watching until now, I am going to name all of my weapons, you know, the weapons that I forge. I'm going to name all of the weapons by you guys. Just leave a comment down below on what you would like the next weapon to you know, to be called that we are going to forge. And I'm going to do that every episode because we can only do this once per chapter. So you really want to make sure, let me see, English, oversize, what the hell is this, okay, we can only do this once per episode, and you really want to make sure that you do this every time. However, just make sure that you don't waste all of your money on, you know, on the forging thing. Otherwise, and by the way, yeah, you can see that the first thing I had is chaos, so yeah. And yes, don't waste all of your money on it, because we are going to be getting much better weapons later in the game that you want to forge, and that's going to be really good. Cool, whatever. Alright, so now you will say that, oh wow, kaozbender, you spent 7 minutes just explaining all of this, and for a good reason. This is the only time that I'm going to be explaining this, and the only time that I'm going to go through this on camera. In the next episode, I am going to be already prepared. And by the way, if you you can also save your you know, the changes that you have done here. So if you die, if one of your units dies and you don't want that, you don't have to go through all of what I just did, you know, right now. And that is pretty much it. So leave me a comment down below of what you want the next weapon to be called, and I'm going to be, you know, calling it that. If you don't have any cool names for the weapons, just make sure to tell me that you want the weapon to be called, you know, like your name. If one of you guys is called, I can't come up with like any original names, like Swordsmaster 69, I'm gonna call it the Swordmaster 69, even though that's not gonna fit. But just let me know what you want the next weapon to be, you know, upgraded to be. Anyway, onto the battlefield. An unknown army to the south. That must be the Altoon Princeling and his band of liquor spittles. If they think we'll sit by and let them join forces with the Aurelians, they have another thing coming. With this rider's bane, I'll litter the Lee with their cavalry. Alright, and that is pretty much it. So I'm going to be speeding things up because there is nothing too interesting coming up, and we are already 9 minutes into the episode, and I really don't want to have these like a 20-minute plus, because, well, even though this is not like really popular, I still want to make it, you know, enjoyable as to, like, you know, it's not going to be as long, but so you guys can... Oh, and by the way, one thing that I forgot, we can also change the position of our units, but I didn't go through that. I actually forgot. Anyway, I will see you guys when something interesting happens, and, well, just enjoy the battle. And by the way, make sure to press the skip button if you feel that you don't want to see the battles anymore, or if you have played this game, or if you don't want to watch them at all, just make sure to press the skip button and that will take you to when something interesting happens. So I'll see you guys in a couple of minutes. Alright, and welcome to another post-game commentary section. Just make sure to let me know if you like these, and however, you know, it's... I'm not really complaining, sorry if it seems that I'm kind of complaining a little bit, which I also did, and I don't exactly remember which one of my series that, you know, I know that it was not going to be that popular, and I know that this is not popular for a fact, and I have like 3 people commenting and shit, but, you know, it's kind of weird to speak like this, like post commentary and shit. I mean, I only did, you know, I only do it because I know that there's like 3 people watching, and I really wanted to do something else other than the speed up, because I thought that it would have been a little bit tedious. And hopefully the post commentary is not going to make you press the skip button as often, and that should be a little bit better. Anyway, so what I was saying, well, I don't remember what I was saying in the commentary, because I'm actually recording this way after I actually recorded the gameplay. However, one thing that I really have to highlight in this, you know, in this section, is the village that you can find in this area. Now, I'm going to be getting into the village, obviously, but right now you also want to, you know, visit the village. We'll see that in a couple of minutes. But this I actually forgot to do on my main file, the one that I was practicing on my spare time to just remember the game. And it is going to give you a unit that is incredibly useful and that you need it well, you don't exactly need it. You are going to be getting something else later, but right now you really want to pick up the unit that I'm going to be showing. I'm not going to spoil it right now, but so far, as you can see, I'm going to be talking about my movements a little bit more, and this is one thing that I said before and that I still stand on it. The most tedious part about the battle process is if you don't have a lot of enemy units around, it is a little bit tedious to just move every single one of your units, because you actually want to keep them acid. If the enemy just picks on a weaker unit, it is going to be gone. If you have 3 enemies attacking it, just make sure it more often than not is going to die. However, we have something very important coming up here, and as you can see, we have an enemy unit with a face, and well, let's just go ahead and see what happens. Alright, so here we have an example of our unit dying, and the reason why I did this is because I don't really care about the, well, this unit actually, because, well, as you can see, I wasn't actually using it, and this is what's gonna happen. I am going to have a couple of deaths, you know, well, more deaths later in the game, that I'm not gonna be able to, well, kind of help. However, you will see that this unit right here, called Mathis, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this, but you actually need to talk to him with Lena. First of all, I'm going to get rid of these dudes, and I'm just going to take the strong ones, like over here. Like for example, I really hope this this works out. But let me see. Okay, so I have Marth right over here. Alright, let me see. Okay, I'm going to be getting rid of these 2 units first. Let me see. So I'm going to be using my lance, and that is a good time that I that I kind of stop the speed up, and the reason why is because I want to show this to you, and also I'm going to attempt. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. I'm just going to take Jagen away because he's the strongest one, and if he attacks him, that's going to be potentially bad. Let me see. Where's Lena anyway? I think I already moved her, but oh wow, she's out of range. I guess that's kind of bad. Okay, I'm going to be moving this dude over here. Okay, yeah, it's going to work. So what I think is going to happen is that Mathis is going to go for Lena because she is the weakest one, and I don't think he's going to finish her off. So, you know, let's just see what happens. If it doesn't, yeah, that is exactly as I planned. So if you talk to this dude with Lena, that's I think it's her brother. I'm not sure. Like, what the fuck? Why can't I talk to this dude? What? Or do I need to talk to him with Marth? No. What the hell? Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's all I needed to do. Mathis, is that you, brother? Oh yeah, that's her brother. Mathis, is that you, brother? It's me, Lena. Lena? What are you doing on a battlefield? I was attacked by a bandit in the teeth while tending to the sick there, and these people saved me. The real question is, what are you doing in the battlefield? Let's least of all of this one. I'm not here by choice, sister of mine. Since you left, Macedon has only gotten worse and worse. They forced me to enlist. You know I hate warfare, but it was this army or onto the chopping block. Shame on you, Mathis. If you're going to fight, then at least fight for something you believe in. Macedon has done terrible things, marrying their might to Dor, helping them torment people. Brother, it's not too late. You could join us. The Altian forces. They are good people, you know. Prince Marth would welcome you. They all would. All right. Then, if I'm going to die, I'd rather die as one of the dashing than one of the dastardly. You know, Lena, you always were a reliable one, and now you are all grown up. I thought for sure you'd have already settled down with your one true love. True love? I've met no such man, Mathis. Is that so? I wonder. Well, you just be careful. There are plenty of thieves out here who would just steal a girl's heart. And with that, I am really glad this didn't happen. Even though we already had a death, I don't really sweat it at all because, to be honest, I didn't even use them. Like, for example, I'm going to show you the units that I wouldn't mind if, get actually killed. By the way, this is the armory that I was talking to you about. There are steel sword, steel lance, and a hammer. All of these are really good, and I'm going to buy, let me see, I'm going to buy 3 of each. So there we go, 3. Now, lance, I'm going to buy 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And hammers, I'm only going to be buying 2. No, yeah, I want to buy another one. The reason why the steel lance, we have a lot of units that make really good use of the steel, of the lance, and that is going to be really helpful later on, or, especially right now. Alright, so that is it for the speed up. I'm going to be, you can actually talk to Mathis as Marth, but I don't really care. Alright, so on to the speed up once again, and I'll talk to you guys in a couple of seconds. Alright, so 2 things to highlight here. I actually forgot that the first thing that I did, after the first sped up thing, is that our pirate unit, Darius, I don't really know. Our pirate unit actually died. The reason why this is because you already have a lot of fighters like axe wielders. At this point you have Ogma, which is like really, really strong. But right now, the one that you want to focus on leveling up is just my personal opinion. The one that I keep until the end of the game, and the one that I like to level up is, I think his name is Barst. I think it's the one with the blue hair. Basically, you want to keep him. I don't really know why I choose him, out of the other 2 axe wielders that you get, but, it's just my personal opinion. Later on, he's going to be really strong, and that's basically what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be focusing a lot of fights on him, because he can also be very tanky, and if he's not tanky, more often than not, he's going to be taking down units in just 2 sweeps. The other thing is that, as you can see, we also got the dude Mathis, and this is really useless. You don't really want him. At this point, your other cavalier should be a lot stronger. But for right now, we are coming up to something very important, is the unit that I was talking to you about. Aha, Prince Marth. We meet again. Huh? Merric? Merric? Is that you? Well, yes, sir. Last I looked. While studying magic in Caden, I caught a wind of a war brewing and decided to seek you out. I see. Thank you then. I need friends like you on the battlefield. You will fight with us, of course. Of course. We would be passing shame if you didn't get to see me flex a little magical muscle. Wait till I show you my latest, Excalibur. And yes, this is one of the units that I was talking to you guys about. However, there is another one that we're going to be meeting in the following episode, and that one is really powerful. However, just like Jagen, the one that I'm talking to you about is also upgraded, and might not be too well. It's not like it's bad, but being an upgraded unit, if you have a unit that is not upgraded, since early in the game, it is going to be really good because they are going to have much more time to get experience and get their skills up. And by the way, we haven't talked about skills, but it's this, right here, the Excalibur, and he has a D in the use of magic. So that is really, really nice, and it is one thing that I highly recommend you check out. And I actually forgot to pick this dude up in on my practice run, which I highly regret, because this dude is actually pretty fucking awesome. Anyway, that is going to be it for this turn. We don't have a lot to go, but I'm still going to be speeding things up because we have like 2 more minutes until we get to, well, the boss of this area. I've been recording for 28 minutes. I think it's been like maybe less than 15 in the recording, so you guys enjoy the speed up again, and well, I'll talk to you in a bit. Alright, I know that the commentary or the video at this point is getting really long, and just quick note until like this post-commentary thing is over, because we only have, well, I only have like 20 seconds or so. I'm going from, like, maybe the following episodes, most of the episodes aren't going to be, you know, sped up, because we have a lot of battles to take care. And I agree it would be a little bit boring to just, like, either look at the video just sped up, or have, like, a 40-minute video, like, me detailing all of my moves. So that's what I'm going to be doing. If you're watching until now, let me know if you like these, even though it's only, like, 3 people. But, yeah, just let me know. I'll see you in a second, I guess. Alright, so now we are back at regular speed, and first of all, I'm going to be saving, even though this is not going to be too needed. And the reason why is because this, as you can see, the enemy that we are going to be fighting isn't, well, only has one range. And if we try to attack him, for example, with the Aegon and the Javelin, you can defy us, yes, but you will never defeat us. And we are going to be able to abuse the shit out of this. As you can see, I'm going to have ranged attacks, even though this is only going to do 1 damage. All of the damage that we can do is actually very welcome. And let me see, this is going to be doing a whole 10 damage. He only has a 7 to go. Now let me see, can I actually kill this dude with Merric? Oh, and by the way, I am going to turn animations on just for this, so you guys can see how cool this looks. And, you know, just, okay, so just check it out. He has the Excalibur, and this is going to do a whole 16 damage. You want to see how this looks? Check it out. Yep, pretty cool in my opinion. Alright, well, what? And he's going to be defeated. That is pretty much it about this chapter. So that was incredibly awesome. As you see, we obtained the Rider's Bane. I'm going to be putting this on the convoy, but that's going to be until the following episode. The Rider's Bane, as you saw, well, if you remember what this dude said about the cavalry, you don't want to have any of your cavaliers next to him, because this weapon does huge amounts of damage to the cavalier. It's just as if, well, we're going to be experiencing this later with other types of weapons. But for right now, I think we are done with this chapter, and we are good to, well, seize this.
Prince Mathis, you have our thanks for liberating the South Castle. You'll captain the Harding at the fortress in North and Aurelis, protecting the king and the Lady Nina. When you find them, please be sure to give them the silver sword.
We obtained a silver sword. And of course, we're not going to give it to him because it's a lot better with Marth. And yeah, either Marth or Ogma. But for right now, we are done with this chapter. We have rescued yet another castle, and that is really awesome. So you guys, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know what you are, well, thinking about this Let's Play so far. And yeah, so without any further ado, you guys have a great day. Take care of yourself. And until my next episode, when we go to the place this dude said. And we're not going to be giving that silver sword away. But, well, until we get to that place, I will see you then.